Hey guys, my name is Taylor and I'm teaching in Korea. I've been here for about 2 months now and I've been sick twice. This is my second time in less than 2 months. I think I'm going for a record here and I really hope that I don't keep it up. Next month, I don't want to be sick. I am drinking lots of vitamin C. One thing that you'll find out in Korea is that there are tons of these vitamin C drinks everywhere. You can get them at any of the GS25s or the 7-Elevens, any sort of convenience store or a grocery store. You can tell it's a vitamin C drink because it has a giant C on it, and most of the bottles look like this with an orange cap, and they're glass. Just to let you know. These are everywhere, and as a teacher, you need to drink these all the time. Drink them like crack, or maybe just drink them like Diet Coke, because I love Diet Coke, which you can't get in Korea, by the way, just to let you know. Anyway, that aside, I'm sick and I hate it. You can tell by my voice. I kind of sound like a Disney character every once in a while, and sometimes my voice will sound a little bit more normal. But that aside, I just want to let you know what to expect if you do get sick in Korea. It's not like being sick at home where your mom can take care of you and make you chicken noodle soup, which is the best ever. No, it's not like that. You're in a new country. You may have some teachers around you or Korean teachers to help you out, but it's still just a little bit different and maybe a little bit daunting. Well, you don't have to worry about anything. Hopefully I can help you out today. So when you're sick, there are a few things that will happen. One, you're going to feel like crap. It's going to suck, but you'll get over it because you're strong. You are a strong, strong person. Don't pay attention to my sissy little arms. But you can either make an appointment at a doctor's office close by to where you live, or you can go to your school nurse at your school if you have one, or you can do a walk-in. All are accepted, and they're all pretty easy, actually. If you have a nurse at your school like I do, they probably can't give you any sort of medication, but they can give you Tylenol or Aleve. And that may help if you have a pounding headache because you have sinus congestion. The better route, however, is to go to the doctor. Now, if that scares you a little bit because you're like, I don't know Korean, well, there are a few things that you can do for that as well. I have some really awesome Korean co-teachers, and they help me out whenever I need it. And in one instance, they called the doctor for me. They actually called the doctor today, set up an appointment, and they let him know that I was coming. And you can do a walk-in. You can do a walk-in, but that requires you staying home and not going to work. I didn't feel like I was absolutely dying, so I went to work, and hopefully I didn't get any of the kids sick. Oopsie. But anyway, go to the doctor. Not very hard, not very scary, and everyone is so, so nice. You'll find that in Korea. Everyone is very, very helpful, regardless of if you speak the same language or not. I've been here for 2 months and I don't know a lot of Korean, definitely not enough to help me out in a doctor's office. So point number 1, make sure your phone is charged. Don't let it die like I do. I let my phone die all the time. I'm really notorious for that. Keep your phone very, very charged so you can use Google Translate, which will be your best friend. It's not very accurate half the time, but if you just need 1 word or 2 words, it's usually pretty good. So if you need to write in congestion, type in congestion and show it to them. Luckily for me, my doctor knows English, so that helped out a lot. So you have an appointment. You are going to the doctor. You're very, very sick and you don't want to be anymore. So you walk in. It's a nice doctor's office. You don't have to think that it's in some crazy, weird location or it's going to have like screaming kids running around and be just a hullabaloo. No, you don't have to worry about that. It's a very nice, calm doctor's office and everyone is very, very helpful. In my doctor's office, there are these nice plush couches and they had a K-drama on TV. Unfortunately, there were no subtitles, so I couldn't really pay attention to it, but I was watching it anyway. It was quite interesting. Go up to the front desk like you would anywhere else and say either I have an appointment or I am sick. This is where Google Translate will help you out if they don't speak English. At my doctor's office, the receptionists and nurses do not speak English, unfortunately, and so you do a lot of gestures and translating, and hopefully that will work out just fine. They are going to ask you for your ARC card. Your ARC card is your alien registration card, and this little baby right there talks about everything that needs to be said about you. It has a really, really bad picture of me that makes me look kind of evil, so I won't let you look really, really closely. But it has a very important number. It says where you're from and also where you got it from. Mine is from Incheon because that's where I am. This card is going to be your ID card, and also it is going to be your insurance card. So when you go to the doctor, that will pull up your name in the system and you won't have to pay an arm and a leg. But even better yet, the doctors and the prescriptions and anything that you have to pay for in Korea is not expensive. It cost me 17,000 won to see the doctor, which is roughly $17 depending on the exchange rate. So not expensive at all. And my prescriptions came out to be about $8.80 for a 3-day supply. So cheap, so cheap. I'm so excited that I didn't have to fork out $1 million for my medication because I want to feel well, but I also don't want to pay $1 million. So that was awesome. Anyway, you are in the doctor's office. You've talked to the nurses. You filled out, I had to write my phone number, and that was it. I didn't even have to write my name. They just got all of my information off of my card. And they called me back into the doctor's office. I sat down and I talked to the doctor. The doctor knew English, and the nurse was standing behind me, kindly assisting me to where I needed to be. Super easy. They took my temperature in my ear. That's where they always take your temperature in Korea. And then they looked down my throat and took a picture. Never seen that happen before, but my throat looked pretty icky, nice and red, and very, very swollen. Not good. So we looked at it, said I had some sort of bacterial infection in my throat, and sent me along my way. He didn't give me anything right there. He just said, I'm gonna give you something. And then the nurse gestured me out of the room. I was a little confused, but I just walked to the front desk, stood there for a little bit, and then they handed me a paper. And this paper was for the pharmacist. And I just had to pay. It cost me no money at all, and then I walked out the door. Now, what about the pharmacy, you ask? They don't have Walgreens here, unfortunately. I miss Walgreens so much, sad day. Or CVS, or any of those other ones that you may have back home. But, lucky for you, the pharmacy is usually in the same building as the doctor's office. My doctor's office was on the 3rd floor, and my pharmacy was on the 2nd floor. When you go into Walgreens, usually it's like, oh, well, it can take you 15 minutes to an hour. Or if you go right after work, it'll take you an hour and a half. So you go get dinner and come back. That's not the case here, luckily. I walked in, I handed them my paper, and I got my pills in less than 5 minutes. I think it probably took about 2 minutes max. If I'm being generous, it was about 2 minutes. So I got my pills, and this is what they look like. It's kind of a cool thing. They give you pills in a little bag like this. You have individual pills for each day. This one is for morning, afternoon, and evening. My pharmacist also knows a little bit of English, so that was quite helpful. Now, what are these pills in this bag, you may ask? I have no idea. No idea whatsoever. But I'm going to take them in the good faith that they are what I need, because they're bagged and everything. I mean, they look pretty legit, right? Yeah. So anyway, they're labeled 1, 2, and 3. And then, guess what? I have 4, 5, and 6 as well. There's more. 7, 8, and 9. Each of these are for a day. So I am going to be medicated for the next 3 days. Hopefully I'm going to feel awesome at the end of it. My throat will be nice and normal, and my voice won't crack occasionally. I don't want to sound like a dwarf. I'm already short enough. No, no, no. So I'm going to take these pills. If I do have any sort of questions, it is written in Korean, so I can Google Translate that or ask any of my Korean teachers. They have the date in which it was issued and also the phone number of the pharmacy. So any questions that your Korean friends can't answer, call that number and they can help you out. So you pay for that, cost me a whopping $8.80, and then I'm on my way. This in total took about, maybe 20 minutes. It was the fastest doctor visit I have ever had in my life. It was awesome and not scary at all. I mean, yeah, I didn't speak Korean and I felt bad about that, but you can do a lot with a smile and Google Translate. Google Translate will be your best friend. I will say that again. Google Translate will be your best friend. So if you can't get a Korean friend to go with you, or a foreign teacher that may know a little bit more Korean than you do, don't worry, you're going to be fine. Last note, because you are going to be around germy kids that are walking bacteria hubs, I suggest that you hand sanitize everything. Obviously, hand sanitizer is not an all-purpose cleaner, but when in doubt, just rub it down. Rub down your doorknobs, rub down your desk. Oh my gosh, I'm just looking at my desk right now thinking I should probably sanitize all of this so I don't go and die the next time I have to wake up. We don't want to do that. So, I hope you don't worry too much about getting sick in Korea. It will happen because guess what? You are not immune to any sort of Asian bacteria. Surprise, surprise. You may be immune to whatever bacteria is in your home, but not here. You may be healthy as a horse. You may never, ever, ever get sick and think, ugh, I'm fine. No. I'm the type of person that gets sick once a year. I've been sick twice in 2 months. I think that is saying something. So, you are going to drink lots of this when you get here. You are going to sanitize your hands all the time. And you are going to go to the doctor when you do actually get sick. Don't worry, it won't be too bad. You can do it. And hopefully you will feel better in no time. Bye!